I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna watch. Okay. Um, but you might see us to move a little bit here on the bed, but we'll see how it goes. But to all those who are here, you can unmute yourselves and you can put your cameras on for this session if you want to boogie out on the film. Okay. But without further ado, Caitlin, thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. I am so grateful that you've taken the time to join. And I will tell you just really briefly, I'm a professional dancer, a dance teacher, choreographer, and I'm also a member of the HD community. My family received our first diagnosis in 2014. And since then, I have turned to dance many times to process stress and grief and find joy in the moments. So I'm really excited to share a little bit of that with you today. If you're feeling like, oh, I'm not a dancer, this is not for me, I'll invite you to just have it on in the background. You can feel free to have your video off. If you would like to have your video on, I'll encourage that maybe at the end, in my perfect world, everyone would turn videos on and we would have a little boogie all together, just to take advantage of the fact that we are all in this shared experience and this shared point in time, even though we're spread very far across the globe right now. What else? What else? Let's see. There is no way to get this material wrong, so we're going to work with scales of things. So for instance, the first thing that I'm going to propose is just a little gentle tremble with your hands. You can join me. Yeah, beautiful. And if this tremble doesn't feel good for you, take it even smaller. Think, okay, cut it in half or even maybe 75% down. It can just be small. Yeah, or if you're feeling like you have a lot to shake out, whoo, shake it big. Fantastic. So it's so nice to see arms shaking. So take it how you need it and how your body needs it. You're going to see me pop up and down between, sorry, I've got a lot of tech running on my side here. You're going to see me pop up and down between standing, try and keep myself in frame, sitting, or I might kind of get in close to the camera here. Just different ways of engaging, so feel free to engage however works for you. Let's see, I think we are, yeah, we're ready to go. So I'm going to start us off with some music. And the first thing we're going to do, as I mentioned, is just take this little gentle shake. So I'm hoping you can all hear music and my voice at this point. Fantastic. Great. The video's spotlighted, so hopefully you'll be able to see.
No, I'm okay, thank you.
And we'll just start with a little shake. Yeah, fantastic. And then let's let this shake come into our elbows also. Yeah, hands and elbows, super. Oh, fantastic. Let's let it come into our shoulders, just a little gentle shake. Good, and if it feels good, turn away from your screen, get a little screen break, and just shake towards a wall somewhere or a window. Good, like you're trying to shake water off of your skin. You just got out of the shower, trying to shake some of that water off. Beautiful, let's shake into our torso, so our ribs, our tummies. Yeah. Good, and let's invite just the smallest little shake into our head at the same time as torso. Might feel a little silly. Yeah, beautiful. Let's invite a shake into the pelvis. Good, and let's invite a shake into a foot. And let's see if we can shake our hands and one foot at the same time. Could also be here hanging on. Wonderful. Whichever foot you weren't shaking before, bring that into the shake. Gorgeous. And let's see if we can shake lots of body parts at the same time. Pelvis, wrists, elbows. Good. Feet. And head. Good. Now let's try to shake something out of our bodies. Like you've got something inside your chest that you're just trying to kind of spray out onto the floor. Beautiful. We're going to go into a little bouncing here. So just a little soft bounce. You don't have to leave the floor. In fact, don't leave the floor. Yeah, you're here just with the shoulders. Almost like you're trying to make space in a grocery bag. You know, and you pack it in and have to sort of boom to make space. Yeah, super. Good, we're almost done with the shaking. We'll just go 5, 4, with the bouncing. 3, 2, and 1. Ah, yay, wonderful. All right, fantastic. Shaking out energy, shaking out your stress is a wonderful way to just get a switch up of the feeling, the sensation that you have, that you carry with you. The next one that we're going to go to after our wonderful shake is just a little bit of a float. So you could be in a pot of water or a really big bathtub or something, and we're just going to float around. I'm going to take a chair for this one and just talk through a little floating. So wherever you are, let's just let your eyes soften and close. Take a breath in and notice the air passing your nostrils. Take a nice big exhale out. Good. Before we float, let's just join into a juicy morning stretch. Oh, invite a yawn. Maybe a sigh or two. Oh, beautiful. And then let's just invite the feeling of float into our hands. Maybe you have 2 helium balloons, one under each hand. They just start to float. Yeah, beautiful. And if those 2 helium balloons move to under your elbows, what that might feel like. Not being worried about what it looks like, but just trying to put the sensation in our body so that we get used to changing sensations in the body. It's all about being able to make that change. Good, let's put the helium balloons in our armpits. Yeah, fantastic, beautiful. And now that we have these helium balloons, 2 in our hands, 2 under our elbows, 2 in our armpits, if you're standing, you might put 2 more in your knees, the backs of your knees. Beautiful. Let your eyes close for just a moment. Give your eyes a break from that screen and just sense the float. Good. Let's keep all of our helium balloons. If you want to see, you can refer to the screen. Feel free to open your eyes at any point. We'll bring the hands close to the shoulders and we'll just start a little gentle backstroke here, keeping our balloons or our connection to the water. Gorgeous. And we'll go forward, little front crawl. Notice if you might be clenching your jaw, and see if you can also let your jaw be soft. Maybe there's a little hot wax that just drips down the sides of your cheeks while you're also floating in this front crawl. Beautiful. And we'll let that float go. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to switch us over here. The next one that we have, let me just pop back in front of my camera here. The next one that we have is, I don't know if you have the same thing where you are, but over here we have a Charmin Bear toilet paper commercial that's like the Charmin Bear with the toilet paper. This one, yeah. So we're gonna channel that, or it's getting out of the shower and you have a towel and you're kind of like, oh, trying to dry off. Yeah, and you could dry off the front of your body too if you wanted. You could dry off a leg or your pelvis. Yeah, So we're going to do a little drying ourselves off. Here we go, a little music for our out of the shower dry off. Good, so maybe we're drying off our torso, either the front or the back. Good, and then maybe switch. If you're on the front of your body, maybe switch to the back of your body. Good, and wherever you're drying off now, pick a lower part of your body to dry off. So if you're up sort of around your ribs, take it a bit lower, maybe a leg. Yeah, and it's so okay if it gets a little confused in your body and your body starts surprising you with some strange things. That's what we want. We want those quirky, goofy little things. Yeah, good. Let's dry off another lower down body part. Good, beautiful. Okay, let's dry off a higher up body part, somewhere higher that you haven't been yet. I'm gonna go maybe head and neck. And just notice how you can sink into the rhythm of the music with your dry. Beautiful, good, let that go. We're gonna pick as many body parts up as we can, nice and gently. Before we do this, just notice the difference between picking up your shoulders using your neck or picking up your shoulders using the very tips, more like it's picking up from your arm. It's a subtle difference, particularly on the video. It's hard to tell, but it will just, if your neck tenses, maybe look for something a little bit gentler and a little bit further away, the ends of your shoulders. Yeah, great. So now we're just gonna take as many body parts as we can up. So let's start with the shoulders to try and do it in a safe, kind way. Gorgeous. And now we're just gonna take body parts up to the ceiling. And when you think you have no more to take up one more. Good, reaching up, up, up. And we're gonna drop them all at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, drop them. Ah, super. All right. Wonderful. Okay, next one. Next one we have is gonna be hopefully everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say a used car sales lot windsock. So they're made out of nylon, I guess. They're sort of a trunk, a hollow trunk, and then they have 2 arms that come off them, and they usually have some cool hair and a face painted on the front. And the wind blows them around and catches them on the inside, yeah, and just sort of lets them fly around. So with this, one of the things that we can invite into it, which will give us a little bit of freedom, is a bit of a wave or a roll through your spine. So if we're seated, so a way that we can find this is basically to try and pitch forward a little bit and then roll and curve the spine up. Now we don't want to do any of this into an extreme range. If you work right into your extremes, the body is gonna, or it can, get a little nervous and sort of recoil and make things quite stiff and tense. So this is where that idea of scale can come into play. So this can be teeny tiny, like imperceptible in the camera or even imperceptible in your space around you. But this sort of waving of the spine, so a pitch forward, meaning a bit of a flatter back approach to coming forward, and then a roll to come up, sequencing from low to high. Yeah? Don't worry, it's something that takes a lot of repetitions to build into the body, but it's just a nice thing to have in the back of your mind to explore while we do this. So we're gonna windsock with that little spine roll. I'm gonna take our music down just a little bit. This track gets a bit loud towards the end, so we'll try to make it so you can still hear me. If you can't hear me by the end of it, just windsock. You cannot go wrong. Let's take, if you're standing, a bit of a wider stance. If you're seated, a bit of a wider stance. And we'll just start to invite a little wave in the spine. This is a beautiful one to let your eyes come away from the screen and just float around your room. And we'll start with the wind kind of low. And the wind can take you in different directions. Good, and then let's let the wind pick up a little bit, and we'll start to bring our Windsock arms into this as well. Good, and don't be concerned if it feels goofy. Oftentimes when things feel goofy, that's the most beneficial. Good, and let's really let the wind start to pick up. So we'll start to get a bit confused where our body is doing things maybe our head isn't keeping track of so much. So you almost become your own observer. Oh, wow, my Windsock is really doing some strange things today. Good, and really keep that connection to the sensation of wind. It's the quality and the release and sort of the gentle chaos of the wind that we can channel here. Good. If you're standing, yeah, you can take it around as much space as you have. If you're doing something maybe a little bit quieter, here can be the same thing but very small. Our windstorm is almost going to die down. Get ready to let go of it. And we'll let it settle. Yay! I hope you all enjoyed the windstorm. Okay, fantastic. So last thing that we're going to do all together, let's see here. Okay, fantastic. So last thing, we're going to take all that we've done. Let me just get my song. There we are. Okay, we're going to take all that we've done and just kind of revisit it, put it in a little bit of a string of movements. So it's not choreography in the sense of like 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're doing this. Totally valid. But in the realm and idea of transforming sensation, stress relief, shaking out things that don't serve us anymore. This sort of container where there's choreography ideas, but it's a very open playground. So feel free to, you can follow my voice or you can dance however you would like. And we'll just go through, so we'll do a little bit of our shaking, we'll do a little bit of our bouncing, we'll do a little bit of our floating will be next. We'll float, we'll do a little swim. We'll do, we have our Charmin bear. We have all of our body parts going up and then dropping them down. And then we have our Windsock. So I'll talk you through that. I would love, if anyone, there's no pressure at all for this, but if anyone is feeling open to bringing themselves off camera, I would love for us to just take advantage of the fact that it's a meeting so that we're all here presently and that we could potentially see one another and sort of enjoy one another's company. I completely understand if that feels outside of comfort zones or if you're self-conscious about what your background looks like, or I get it. So there's no pressure at all, however you're comfortable. But just know that we'll share in this moment together. Wonderful. Okay. I'm going to switch mine over to gallery view. Also, oh, hello. Hello. Okay, so I'll put music on and we'll go starting with our shakes. Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's afternoon or evening. I don't know if it's morning for anyone again. Hi. Oh, I'm so excited that we have some brave folks here. Now that I can see you, can we just take a moment just to, like, we're all at the same time. We have similar stories. It's so, I'm so grateful to share this time and this movement with you. Okay, here we go. a little song. All right, great. So let's just start with our little gentle shake. Yeah, we've got a little water on our hands and we're just letting go. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's shake our torsos a little bit, whatever that means. You can keep your hands shaking if you want. Good. Let's shake a little bit in our pelvises. You can keep your hands shaking. Yeah. Oh, so good. If it feels good, shake a foot. Yeah, if it feels accessible. If not, leave it alone. Wonderful. Let's go into our little bounce. Just making a little space in that sort of grocery bag feeling. Good. Bring a little gentle smile if you want. Sometimes bringing that smile to the face also helps to create the sensation in the body. Wonderful. Good. Let's go into a little float. So we'll just play with our helium balloons under our hands, under our elbows. Good. Maybe under our armpits. Good. If you're feeling like you want to take something, it could be under your knee. Yeah. Beautiful. Good. Let's take just a few little swims. Good. Let's swim in a different direction. If you're going front, go back. If you're going back, go front. Beautiful. Let that swim go. Let's dry ourselves off. Yeah. Beautiful. If you're drying off the front of your body, dry off the back and vice versa. Fantastic. And we're going to pick all our body parts up, or as many as we can find. Just lifting everything up. Good. Reaching for the ceiling or whatever's above you. Keep reaching.
Oh, this is so cute.
Keep reaching. And we'll let it drop. Wonderful. Let's channel our Windsock. Yeah, let's let the wind blow us around a little bit. Beautiful. Bring your eyes away from your screen. Look to the corners of your room. Or if you have a window, look out your window. Good. We're going to keep going even though the music has ducked out. Windsocking all together. Good. We'll windsock for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
That's cute.
4, 3,
I wonder what sounds.
2, and 1. Wonderful. Let's just take our hands, place them over our eyes, and just feel the calmness with our screens. Let me just take our music down a bit here. With all that we've been demanding of our eyes and our screens and ourselves, just allowing that little sense of returning to calm and cool and dark. Beautiful. And one last thing, just to finish out here, we'll just do a little bit of opening and closing with the hands. So just spreading your hands as wide as you can. Yeah, beautiful. Wide, wide, wide. And if you want to do your eyes too, why not? And if you want to do your mouth too, everything just open, open, open. Gorgeous. And then we'll close everything really tightly. Tight, tight, tight. Face to eyes, mouth. Feeling these two extremes. And then we're going to squeeze really tight. We're going to let go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just float and take a breath. Oh, that is all the movement that I have for you today. All the dance I have for you today. I am so grateful to have this chance to share it with you. I'm always looking for ways to use dance to bring joy and transform grief, and so if anyone is looking for any more resources in that direction, I'm always happy to share. And I hope it's okay that I say, if you want to get in touch with me, my website is just my name, CaitlynGriffin.com. And that's all I have for you. I'll throw it back to Matt, I guess.
That was wonderful, actually. I was really impressed.
Yay.
Thank you, Caitlin. We appreciate that. Yeah, please thank everyone. So yes, after that, we're now in for Q&As. We've got Ed and Jeff in track 1 for research, and we've got Alex Fisher in track 2 for caregiving for Q&A. So by all means, choose where you're going, but that was brilliant. Thank you so much, Caitlin. Thank you, everybody, for taking part. Wonderful stuff.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.